What's going on, everybody? My name's Cole Jackson, and today I'm here to talk to you about 5 of the most ancient, violent sports known to man. A lot of these sports are still played in today's world, but a few of them are way too violent to be played today, so let's take a look at them. The first sport we're going to be looking at is pancration. This Greek game's purpose was to bring your opponent as close to death as possible without actually killing them. Because it was a blood sport, these matches involved elements of wrestling, elbows, hand-to-hand combat, and kicking. Because it was Greek, of course, both competitors were very naked dudes. While the goal was clear to beat the hell out of your opponent, to either submission or unconsciousness, going too far and killing your opponent was an automatic forfeit. Why? Well, because any fighter killed in the course of pancration was seen as the ultimate fighter, but not the ultimate fighter, and thus the winner of the match. So there's a small upside to getting beaten to death. Nice. Sport we're going to be talking about is chariot races. These aren't the chariot races that old retirees bet on at the horse track. If you've seen Ben-Hur or Gladiator, you know that how violent playing with ponies can actually be. Players will get tossed, horse-mammed, or even bystanders impaled as these guys hauled ass around the track in their little buggies. Of course, they weren't exactly regulating bodies, so contact was not only permitted, but it was necessary. Better wear a helmet, better yet, just don't play. Next sport we're going to be talking about is Greek wrestling, also known as ancient Greek wrestling. Greek wrestling was the most popular organized sport of ancient Greece and is still played to this day. A point is scored when one player touched the ground with his back, hip, shoulder, or tapped out due to a submission hold or was forced out the wrestling arena. 3 points had to be scored to win the match. Today there's different rules, but it's still pretty much the same thing. One of the most important positions was when one man would be on top of the other, trying to turn the other over, while the other reached back, trying not to be turned. Let's take a watch. Looking at is the Mesoamerican ball game. The specifics of the Mesoamerican ball game aren't well known, and frankly that doesn't really matter much. 2 Central or South American teams would try to keep a ball in play in a long alley flanked by walls. Later, hoops would be added to the walls to serve as goals. The ball was moved with the Mayan players' hips, but later their forearms and feet were added. The game often served to resolve disputes in lieu of war, so the matches were taken very, very seriously. So seriously, in fact, that human sacrifices were made to the gods before the games, just like any preseason baseball. The sport we're going to be talking about is gladiator matches, my personal favorite. Perhaps the best documented of the ancient blood sports, Roman gladiator matches served to entertain crowds by pitting 2 men against each other in a match to the death. Since few sane men would volunteer for these matches, where participants had the life expectancy of a fruit fly, they would often use captured slaves, promising them the freedom that they should achieve if they win the match. Let's watch. These are a few of my favorite sports from the ancient times. I hope you enjoyed them just as much as I did. It's been a pleasure. This is Cole Jackson, signing off.